Alright, y'all give me just a minute to reboot Pretzel, because apparently it choked on wheat tree chips. And because I cannot hear the music the way it's set up, I did not know it had crashed. Well, this is fun. Okay, should be going now. So, welcome to the stream. For you, if this is your first time, my name is Shira. What I usually do on these streams is that I talk about anything artistic that has happened in the week that we just had. And then I spend the rest of the hour drawing my webcomic Bootleg cookie while complaining about all the weird other shit that happened. Now, I will say this right away, I received some extremely good news. Okay, let's be honest. I received some extremely good news this past week, that I cannot talk about right now. That is a personal choice. I do talk about it to subscribed members on my Patreon and my Ko-fi. And it is very exciting. But like I said, I cannot talk about it in public. I am waiting for a certain event, and let's just say that that event is being delayed because right now Canada Post, at the time of recording this live stream, is currently on strike. I will be talking about that a little bit more in detail in a couple minutes, because now is not the time to complain, now is the time to talk about art. Right after I post the rules. Right after I have a little sip of water. I am full of chocolate and Pepsi right now. La la la. Now, the reason I am full of chocolates is because last time I was out to air out my mom at her request, but it's mostly to air out myself because I don't leave the house. There's nothing of interest. I went ahead and bought a Kinder Surprise Advent Calendar. Oh, hi, Coco. Oh, there you are. Right here. So I went ahead and got myself a Kinder Surprise calendar, and today is the first day of December. So clearly that means that I had one today, and it was one of the long bars. So that was fun. We are the holidays, so I forgot to set that up. Doink, doink. There we go, much better. Gotta have some crisp, some creamy going on. So, in the meantime, what did I do artistically? I'm just going to move that to the side for now. And because it recently was the birthday of comic artist Real Godbout, of course I had to draw him a red ketchup. I try to do it every year. I think I had to skip a couple because I was busy right up my noggin. But I did win. And I used the Kuretake granulating color set. Like the very definition of trusting the process, because the whole point is to not have control. Oh man, even with all the lights that I could, it's still awfully dark in here. There we go, we got some sort of focus going on. Like, because the thing is, it's like it's a set of 5 colors, comes with an empty well, mostly to help fill in the package, but at the same time, like it's got Aurora red, pink, orange, blue, and purple. Now for those of you who have a sharp eye, I did not mention green, and yet there's a lot of green, like for example in Red's hair. The reason being, they are granulating colors, and they will, as they dry, they separate the 2 different pigments that are in each color. Now I didn't do that everywhere because I didn't use granulating colors everywhere. I used a regular indigo-like blue on the belt and on the glasses, and I used a gray ink for a little bit of the line art, but the rest was all the granulating colors. And I got like stupid lucky on the hair because his hair is supposed to be orange, and I took a chance with the Aurora orange, because I don't know if you guys remember last time when I did Sin from Sailor Moon Another Story, most of her hair ended up green, so that was a risk I took. Granulating colors in general that act like this with 2 pigments, the way I see it, they kind of work like the magic for Schmendrick in The Last Unicorn. Magic, do as you will. Are you doing cotton next week? I know you're taking a vacation for 2 weeks. I am doing cotton next week. The Colors of the Month challenge, which we all have to remember is now the YOLO Colors challenge, because they think I can't afford to buy all their markers, but I cannot. Though I am still thankful that they sent me 12 markers. I can still use them outside of the challenge. And I do like how nice and even they apply. They're very juicy. I mean, you gotta keep kissing ass. But yes, I am. It is almost all scheduled. I did a little bit of scheduling before I started the stream. So that was it for the painting time. And if you guys want to know how to get the Kuretake granulating colors that I use, there will be a link in the description after the stream is done. But at the time of recording, there is also a link to the set in my December newsletter, which is usually pinned on most of my social medias. On the top of the list, pretty much in my link tree, and in the top menu of the hub, silverinofficial.com. Next, because I can't sit still. Oh, I'm going to need a little bit more silk on this side. I'm doing my best. The basement is very badly lit, as you guys can probably tell. I have had a craving to do some needle felting since last week. I did not have a chance. I finally got a chance yesterday, and I got started on a Kuko. I'm only halfway there. From what I just saw, I still need to fill in a little bit more silk wool over here. She needs wings, and she needs her tail. I'm not gonna do her feet because she's roosting, but I am going to give her some wings to fill her up a little more, and her little red tail. The model is based off Link's Awakening / Echoes of Wisdom, and I'm having a lot of fun with her, so there might be a chance, I'm not promising anything, but there might be a chance that I also do, after I'm done with her, that I also do the Flying Rooster from Link's Awakening. I have had a craving to needle felt a chicken, I don't know why, but I really wanted to felt an angry little chicken with anger issues. Also, fun fact, I don't know if if any of you guys play Echoes of Wisdom. It takes a lot less hits to piss off a cuckoo than in the other games. Fair warning. I used your line about using a needle to stab something thousands of times when I was working my quilt in the ER and made the nurse laugh. Well, what? It's relaxing. And nobody unalives. Because you have to be careful what you say, or else somebody at YouTube is gonna be pissed off. You gotta check your language on YouTube, and you gotta check your clothing on Twitch. Because no frickin' matter how you tag your shit, somebody will complain, but what if kids watch it? Well, keep a better eye on your kid. Like, I'm pretty sure, because I did set it to 18 and up on Twitch, that my live streams are set to 18 and up. Not because I draw nudes, I don't. But because I do have language, and if somebody still complains about my language because my 5-year-old landed on your live stream, they have no business being on my live stream. I have warnings everywhere. I'm doing my frickin' best here, okay? If they're learning new vocabulary words, congratulate them on being bilingual now. Well, speaking of anger issues, I'll go put the cocoa back where I found it. I'm okay. I'm just annoyed. I 100% hand sewed a quilt. If anyone doesn't know, Shira saw it. I did see it. It's gorgeous. It looks like it was machine made. It's that pretty. I'm just gonna check on a little something real quick. Doobie-doobie-doo. Oh, I didn't know if I had shared that status. I have. Like, it's gorgeous. It's all nice and even. It's got snowmen on it. It's blue. It's real pretty. I wouldn't be able to make a nice quilt like that, that's for sure. Again, so that is not my issue. Like, I have patience for a lot of stuff, but a long sewing project, I don't know. And then again, that cuckoo took me all afternoon and part of the evening. And I'm only halfway through. And again, it is easier to just stab and stab and stab and stab something until it's got some sort of shape. Because you have to be careful when you sew. First of all, you don't want to sew your fingers together. Secondly... Lily is singing the song of her people. My parents are home. Got a sip of water. And I'm going to move this screen up here so you guys can see my tablet, and we'll get started on the reason we're here. And the reason we're here is not just my cute face and lovely little feminine voice. Now, of course, I just said that the news that I can't talk about right now are available to subscribers on my Patreon and Ko-fi. My very close friends know about the news, and they are encouraged to until I actually post about it public. But it is very good news. But like I said, I am waiting for something that will be unlocked once Canada Post is done with its strike. Like, why can't you use FedEx or UPS or something, because it is extremely expensive where I live. So speaking of the Canada Post strike, let's hide the big webcam. As soon as I find it, there we go. If only we all could be as happy as Lily when she sees her people. Like, oh my god, my family! So of course, as I have announced, especially when I was announcing my Black Friday sale last week, I can't mail anything because of the strike. I don't even know if we have UPS. I know we have FedEx, but like I said, prohibitively costly. Because I live in the middle of nowhere, yay! So, anything physical on the shop is currently... Are you frozen again? You better not. Anything physical on the shop is... If you buy anything physical, even after I told you that I can't mail anything out, your order will be kept until Canada Post comes back. But right now, anything physical is frozen. Anything digital, I can still do. The shop will be closed on the 15th, and will be back on the 5th. I will be doing anything else but that during my vacay. Am I mad about the strike? Not really. If they had to... If there is something that does bother me about the strike, is not that they're striking, but in a way it is. But not in the way that it inconveniences me. I'm angry because they had to go on strike. Because I've been receiving update emails. I have a business account on Canada Post. I've been receiving update emails about how they kept trying to negotiate, and how the opposing party would not give them what they asked for. If they're reduced to striking, I don't think it's the post, I don't think it's the mail people that are the issue here. And the thing that does get on my nerves is when the media decides to interview small business people so that people will feel bad for these small business people and get mad at the mail people for basically cock-blocking their money. Anyone who blames Shiro is going to get their fingers soon together by me. So yeah, like I even talk about it a little bit, like teeny tiny bit of the shop schedule in my newsletter. I talk about it on socials, I talk about it in my newsletter, I'm talking about it right now. If somebody still comes to me and said, well, I didn't know, well, you just don't give a shit, do you? It's not because I'm not trying. Short of downright, like, stalking people and dropping their DMs, hey, the shop is going to close. And repeat that message every 5 minutes until I get an answer or a block. What else can I do? I'm gonna make that really big because I need to touch the ceiling, and it's not something I do every day. So, not happy with receiving news that I never expected to receive in my entire life, honestly. I know, I am the royalty of suspense. For the first time in like literal decades, I have received hate in my DMs. Not happy with receiving hate in my DMs. It was in my Twitter DMs. Twitter, which, as you know, it's been a while since I deleted everything on it, and I use it like sparingly. Like, I will still bookmark Clip Studio assets that I think are interesting. And I will still post ads, like for my newsletter and comic updates and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. And I received hate. And it is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Funniest shit I've ever seen. So, story time. Of course, I noticed that I was getting a notification in my DMs, and I was bracing myself and getting ready to inevitably report and delete the Asian porn bot, because that's who I get in my DMs. And lately they doubled down. Like, I got 3 back-to-back every day, 3 back-to-back conversation group with these Asian porn bots. And of course I report them and I leave, because that's what I do, because I'm not interested in Asian porn bots. But the way I see it, the reason that they're not being taken down, or that they're free to roam, is that despite being Asian porn bots, though they do not exist, Melon Husk is lonely and he cannot take that chance. So that's why they are allowed to roam free in the Twitter prairie. Regardless, go in my DMs. And I noticed that the conversation, the one-sided conversation, is is tagged as suspicious, and I'm like, the porn bots are never tagged as suspicious. Now I need to know what this is about. So I go ahead and I open the chat, and all I see is message hidden due to suspicious content, message hidden due to suspicious content, loser artist. Yeah, I got the screenshots here. Loser artist. And 3 more message hidden due to suspicious content. And I'm like, oh, I gotta see what the rest of these say. So of course I click on each. And I get met with this scathing commentary. You're art amateur. You're an artist. Thanks. Observant. You art stinks. Loser artist. You have no talent, and here I am blessed with an exclamation point, because otherwise I don't get any punctuation in this convo. You suck big time. Your art is so amateur. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is amateur hour alright, but not from my side. And then, like, the username is, like, common name, bunch of numbers. So, 100% credibility right there. But I'm curious. I want to know, is this like a rage bot, or like, is he really mad and like made a side account just to shit on me and stuff like that? So I go to his account. I want to know if he's real. And dude has blocked me. So he went to my Twitter, went to my DMs to give me this Disney-flavored PG-13 rant about how my art stinks. I will never recover emotionally from being called immature twice. And because not only is he Shakespearean, but he's also very brave, and he blocked me right away. So I'm blocked. But this is Melon Husk's stalker blocking, so I can still see the feed. Oh, thank God. So I scroll down to look. And then I do notice a pattern after a while, because he does have a pretty busy feed, and he has reposted a lot of Letterboxd comics. And then it frickin' hits me. It clicks, The dude is still pissed off that I won the Letterboxd Comics fan art contest from this summer. So not only is he Shakespearean and a brave boy, he's current. So that's the story of how I got hate in 2024. I don't know what he was hoping to accomplish. Now he's living in your head rent free. Oh no. He's paying rent. You cannot buy this type of comedy. Like, at least, I'm pretty sure with hate, you're supposed to feel at least a little bad that somebody doesn't like you. But that's not a somebody, that's a nobody. Literally. Generic name, bunch of numbers. Created his account the month before. Chose now to get mad at me over a Dragon Ball styled fan art for Letterboxd Comics. Like I bought the judges or something. Because let me tell you, when they announced the winners, the person that least believed that they had won first prize was me. Trust me on this, I did not see that coming. Because there was a couple other art contests that I participated in that I wasn't even mentioned in these people didn't win anything but participated lists. Like, I'm not even in the participation list. And I saw, because they were starting with participation place, third place, second place, first place, and I saw that I wasn't in the participation list, so I figured I was just not in the contest. And then they started announcing the third place and then the second place. And like, on one hand I was like, nah. And on the second I was like, no, I did. No. Maybe? No. No. And then they announced first place and I was like, I'm on medication for high blood pressure. Don't do this to me. And of course, in the comments, there were people that said that I shouldn't have won. But like I said, I didn't pay off the judges or anything. The judge liked it. I liked it. And now we got somebody several months later that not only did not like it, but hated it so much they felt the need to very gently insult me. I will never recover. Back it up, boys. Some no-name guy on Twitter says my art is amateur. Oh no, is whatever shall I do? And like they chose the same evening where I got the incredibly good news that morning. So I was like, oh, you did not pick your day to try and drag me down, honey. You know what it made me think of? It made me think of that time. I'm trying to remember who told Patton Oswalt it was not funny. And he replied with, well, maybe next time you want to call me unfunny. Maybe not use the picture of the Emmy I won for my comedy. Was it an Emmy or an Oscar? Anyway. Don't post a picture of me with the trophy that I won for comedy. Like... That's how it felt like. I'm gonna get these a little closer to me because, well, they were closer. I'm gonna move the entire thing to the side so there can be some dialogue. Good afternoon, Shiro. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. I did mention that any physical orders are currently have to be held because I cannot mail them out due to the Canada Post strike. So that's a bit of information I thought you would find handy. They're still reserved. They're still put aside for the customer, but there is literally nothing I can do while we wait. So we're just going to continue the amateur art. I would probably be insulted if this wasn't like my easy style. And again, I would probably not be insulted because I really don't care. I was hoping for a digital drawing. If that is okay. That is perfectly okay. Digital I can still do. Shop is completely closing down on the 15th for vacation. Just force of habit. I saw that you had an order and I was like, oh. I was going to go and check it out in detail after the stream because there was so much to do before. But if it's a digital drawing, zero problem. Hi Paul, long time no see. Hope you're doing well, Coco. Ah, friendship. Can we still battle the big squid guy? Sure, you can. I'm gonna drop some couple fairies. It's been a while though, so what does this do? No, that's not it. That's not what we want. Man, I really don't remember. It should really be in the menu up here. Okay, hang on. Hey, you guys got plenty of chances to join. I will be drawing. So good luck. At least I put it on easy. And the graphics better not be glitched. Also, for those of you that have played before, you will probably notice that there are now more classes. And I hope the commands will be easier for you guys to read. Now, the new classes are Ranger, Druid, Bard, Necromancer. Old ones were Priest, Mage, Warriors. Priest, Mage, Warriors are still available, of course. So that's why I put it on easy. I bought an HP Victor Century level gaming laptop at a good price too. I saw the pictures. I think I'll be okay for digital art. It should be. It's an entry-level gaming laptop. It should have the power. It should have the power not to explode like my old PC did. That, I will seriously never emotionally recover from that. Oh, they look readable. I like that the font is bigger too, so that's gonna be easier for you guys. I wonder if 15 seconds is long enough for you. Oh, it looks like it. Oh, this looks really clean and clear on my screen, on my main screen. That's good. I might see about trying to make the colors paler so they pop out even more, if I can. Yeah, it looks like it's still working. So eventually, I could go back to programming some new bosses for you guys. As for the subject of the comic, count you guys lucky that I did not take a picture. Because it was seriously gross. Like when I say there were a lot of fly corpses, like what I'm drawing right now is not an exaggeration. Okay, I don't know what the little firepaw is, but I think it has something to do with the bear thing that Paul cast, because I believe Paul is a druid. Hey, I'm learning stuff. This is the first time we see the sage and Paul. We see the sage and druid classes in action in this game. Deals 30 to 35 physical, plus 60% max HP and healing for 10 turns. Heals all teammate for 9 health every turn. And also you got Treant going on and Bear going on. Oh, that's interesting. I'm probably going to have to try and change the sprites accordingly if needed. Like, yeah, I put Ultros on easy, but like there's only 2 of you, so well, now we can pencil. My god, Ultros, he's up. Oh my goodness. Well, there goes Coco. Your stream all happy, got 100 messages. No, it's a battle. They're fighting. They're fighting in there. So yeah, bugs don't bother me. Dead bugs, ew. They're all dry and ugh. Is it dryness, and if you accidentally step on one, they kind of get into like powder and ew. It's the grittiness of the corpse. Oh, it was so close too. So close. Rub it in, why don't you? Automatic message. The boss easy is victorious. Bedbugs and German roaches would bother you. Spiders are wuss tier bugs, unless you're an Aussie. Calling my mom a wuss. That's what you're doing. In public, besides that. Like, mom is afraid of spiders, no matter if they're on TV, a picture, a very obvious toy. Me, like I said, the bugs themselves, they don't bother me. So it's more of a texture thing with their corpses. Like, I'm not a fan of wasps. I'm clearly not a fan of wasps. I have a good reason. They are the devil, but like, when the bug is alive, it's really not that big a problem for me. Except when it's a wasp. But Like, it seems to me a corpse should not be crunchy. Yuck. It says, "Put kill it, Shiro." Yeah, that's usually what happens. And I usually don't kill the spider. I will do my best to pick it up with my hands, which freaks Mom out even more, and then bring it outside. Because spiders eat bugs. And that means they eat mosquitoes. And it's a behavior that I encourage. You know, I've been replaying Breath of Fire 1 lately for my own entertainment. And then again, I don't play games for the entertainment of others. Which is still a legitimate way to live stream. Let's not kid ourselves. Very legitimate. And it really drills in the fact that I cannot remember how the game goes to save my ass. And I've played this game a lot. And I enjoyed this game a lot. Since after several decades, I even bothered to get the NES cartridge for that and Breath of Fire 2. Like, in solid state, I've got Breath of Fire 1, Breath of Fire 2, Breath of Fire 3. Though I think my Breath of Fire 3 is slightly bugged, because I cannot get past a certain point, and after a while, claiming skill issues will only get me so far. But I cannot remember, like, I remember the beginning, when your house is burning down and everything, and I remember going all the way to this town of refugees, and destroying the city they came from, because I had no choice, because it was taken over by the enemy, and then going to India, playing as Nina, going to Romero a couple of times, going to Tuntar and Tantar, and as soon as I reached Tuntar and Tantar, memory wiped. I don't know what's going to happen next. And it's not even necessarily a thing of confusing it with Breath of Fire 2. It's literally a thing of, I do not remember what happens next. And what I do remember is not necessarily in our order with the gameplay. Like, I know at some point I'm going to have a mole person in my party. I don't know when. And even then, when I get to Tuntar and Tentar, I know at some point Bo is going to join me. I don't know when. He just kind of shows up in the fortress in the forest. What I did remember, however, was that if you refuse the Elder's proposition 3 times in the fortress, that's when Bo shows up with the real Elder and tells you that the one you're talking to is an imposter. If you do follow the Elder, because his proposition is to go into the back room because the enemy has weapons that the village can use, he's actually luring you, because he's not the real Elder, he's luring you into a trap with a boss. But you can skip that boss if you keep refusing the Elder's offer. So that much I remembered, at least. I'm gonna be using a particle airbrush to do the flies later. Still freaking gross though. And of course, because my copy of Breath of Fire 3 is bugged up, I really didn't get to go far into it, so I don't know what's going on in there either. I could watch a Let's Play, but I wouldn't really like to play the game. Like, I remember when I rented it as a kid, like we were still in the kid mode in the game, but we went further than where I'm stuck at right now. Well, tiny break, so I can have a little sip. Water not really doing it for me. So we're going to add a little something. So this is not sponsored, but this is Selection brand iced tea squirt. It doesn't do anything fancy, it just adds some flavoring to the water. I just happen to have it at my desk this week because honestly I'm the only one that drinks this shit, so taking a chance using this right next to the microphone and all my other electronics that are not perfectly sealed. Oh, better. This is not sponsored. I just like the lemon iced tea flavoring. And I can't drink Pepsi all the time. I love Pepsi, but I can't drink Pepsi all the time. I'm going to make myself sick. Lest we forget, I'm in my 40s, people. I get that my doctor was happy to announce that I still don't have any diabetes. I'm also a big fan of the fact that he doesn't weigh me. He would be unpleasantly surprised, I would guess. Because I am a lot heavier than I look. It's all lean meat from the manual Stairmaster I do every day. Coming up and down the stairs for every little thing Mom wants. Like literally, yesterday she made me come upstairs because she had an issue with her laptop. The address bar had disappeared off of Firefox. All I had to do was force it shut and start it back up to get it to load. And how does she like? Yeah, I'm gonna laugh about it, but at the same time, how does she magically knows to just force it shut and turn it back on? Whenever she tries something, it always ends catastrophically. So yes, it is better that she calls me with stuff like that. At the same time, how does she magically know that most of the time all she needs to do is just shut it down and start it back up? When every time she tried something on her own, it turned into a whole family crisis. Case in point, she is absolutely convinced / obsessed that she needs Microsoft Word. She has access to Google Docs. I actually had to hack a laptop the other day to get Windows reinstalled. Yeah, I'm smart. Coco, way beyond my league of smart. Coco is a freaking genius. Let's be honest. Like, I'm smart, but Coco's skills at problem solving, holy crap. Not gonna read that out loud just in case somebody's listening and they get mad at me. If you would like this type of quality content to continue, we need your support. Here's Grover from Sesame Street to say the exact same thing in a different voice. If you would like... I stole that from a comedian. From so long ago, I don't remember his name anymore. If you recognize your material, please tell me so I can credit you properly in the description of this video. We need your support. Also, yes, my Grover is terrible. I do not have the voice box for Grover. It does not change the fact that he's my favorite Muppet. You gotta have a bit of whimsy in your life. If you get to my age and you don't have a favorite Muppet, you're the problem. Oh, nobody was implying that you borrowed without permission, Coco. Just saying the H word, because I never know what might piss off somebody. Because as we saw at the beginning of the stream, like, I'm just minding my own goddamn business and somebody's gonna get pissed off, so... We all know this. This is why I ink in a vector layer. People are ready to fight about nothing. And they always pick me. Like, okay, really stupid thing that really pisses me off. The 2003 English dub of Saint Seiya. But you do not see me write entire rants or make 40 minutes videos about it. Because at the end of the day, it's just a really dumb dub of a cartoon. And no, I am not getting into it today. Because, like I said, it's going to take forever. And we are here to enjoy our time. Not get into a Twitter level argument about why they decided to dub Hyuga as a surfer dude when he was trained in Siberia and his powers are ice-based. Like that guy threatened me when I wore a mask at a grocery store. That's some insecure tiny ween stuff to give a crap what a stranger does. Yeah, that I never get that. People that bully other people for wearing masks. What are you trying to say? Oh, you think you're too good for my germs? Is that what you're trying to say? Because invariably, right after they say that, they cough on you. Like, you're literally bullying someone who is possibly immunocompromised. You absolute ass. What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're accomplishing by doing that? Woo! Piece of wood just fell into the wood stove. I don't know if you guys heard it. I hella heard it. Like on the one hand, I understand being insecure about stuff. On the other, why do you have to make it someone else's problem? Someone that you deem weaker than you. But back to that laptop was going to be a 14-year-old boy's Christmas presents now. Yay! I want to play Fortnite. Woo! Put a FNAF decal on it just to make him happy. I saw the decal. It's a very nice one. It's the classic FNAF 1 Freddy head. Like, you look at that head and you can hear the hoo 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 hoo. Wait, that's my dad. Toreador March intensifies. Computer skills are dying because kids only have touch screens. Well, it's up to us to teach them. Gotta hurry up while they're interested. Because once they're in their preteens and teens, quote unquote, that's ancient technology. Like website building is WYSIWYG mostly, and I'm thankful for that, but I was there for Dreamweaver and having to learn some basic HTML. Which I still had to use until very recently on DeviantArt if I wanted to have some fancy text and hyperlinks and stuff like that. Like, I'm disgusted the goiter shows up. Ew. Now about my newsletter, I am thinking of using using the addresses of the people who subscribe to the newsletter to send some ads here and there. Not to be as bad as TeePublic. TeePublic sends me ads like every second day. But like when there's a sale and stuff like that, I feel I should be sending emails. Something to think about for the new year. I never think about redesigning my entire website because in order to do that under Wix, I would need to build an entire new one because you can't just edit the entire template. You can't just swap templates. You need to start from a brand new one. So yeah, even if I've changed the colors and a couple pages on my website over the years, the basic template never changed because of that. Yeah, sure, they're all proud that they're using AI for this, AI for that. You can't swap a template. Use AI for that. Like I've seen, I'm trying to remember where, but I've seen a place where they suggest you use AI to keep in touch with people on social medias. I'm like, if I gotta have a conversation with somebody, I would, you know, like to be present for the conversation before I sign off on checks I can't cash, you know what I mean? And like, yes, I'm introverted. No, I don't communicate much by myself, but at the same time, I should be there. Like, if you're implying that I don't want to talk to somebody, I just won't talk to that person. Like, let's say automatic email replies. That I don't say. But on an actual social media, the whole point... Like I read somewhere before and I used it recently. I don't want AI to do my art so I can do my laundry. I want AI to do my laundry so I can do more art. Art in itself is fun, it's entertaining, it's creative. If you don't want to do that, then don't impose it on actual artists. And it's like I keep saying, there is in digital art, there is always a layer of AI. Like filters. I like to use filters in my art. And I like to use special effects. Doing these by hands would take a lot more time. My problem is doing the entire piece through AI. Then you're not really doing anything. Oh, it takes a long while to learn how to write down the prompts correctly, and if I wanted to write, I'd be a writer. What I want to do is stick my finger in paint and go like this on paper for a while. I can't exactly talk at a piece of paper to get the art that I want. And that's another thing, because as we all know, because I will not let you guys forget, I did try 2 different types of AI image generation, and I hated both. I was bored out of my wits, and I remember thinking this would go a lot faster if I drew this myself. Yeah, but with AI art, you get... Shrink the particle size a little bit there. With AI art, you can get like hundreds of variations on the same piece. Yeah, not one of them is consistent, but at the same time, why do you need 100 variations on the same goddamn piece? Are you that indecisive? If your employer requires, like, I get wanting several variations on one piece. Yes, I get that. Yes, I can see why. Boss might want to see 10 different versions of the same character, stuff like that. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Yeah, okay, sure. Why not? Sure. Okay. But hundreds? And they're not even... Like, they're not even consistent with each other. Some details that are supposed to be the same will not match. Like, what happens when they ask you for the same thing at a different angle? That's another couple weeks worth of trying to get it as close as possible. And besides, at the point that we're talking about, like 99% of AI art is either hyper-rendered or hyper-rendered Pixar of characters looking at you like that. I know, because most of them end up on the Switch eShop as the cover for their games. And honestly, you cannot pay me enough if you want me to draw like that. No. First of all, let's not forget from what I talked about at the beginning of the stream. I am an amateur, so I am not at the skill level yet to over-render pieces like AI image generation does. And I'm sure that at some point it will be able to actually render dynamic poses and stuff like that. But I don't care, I want to do the frickin' thing myself. I don't want to tell a computer what I want to do. I just want to do it, and then politely ask the computer, yeah, could you put that filter on it, please? to need to put the ew over it. There we go. And a bit more edge, and a bit bigger. There is always a method to the madness. And that madness does not have a steady hand right now. We're gonna save, we're gonna sip, then we're gonna color. How's that sound? Sounds good to you guys? Sounds good to me. Thanks for doing another great show. Oh, always a pleasure. Last show will be on the 15th. After that, I am going on vacay. Now we'll be back on the 5th. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'll stop doing art entirely, because then I will probably go insane if I do that. Let's be honest here. We all know I have a tenuous grip on my sanity. So for my vacation, I do not think I will stop doing art. Because I will not be able to handle it. A fate worse than death, if you ask me. Handling an unnatural amount of fly corpses is nothing next to the idea of not doing art for a prolonged period of time. You know, sometimes I'm curious if scammers really think we're that desperate for money. I mean, the scams do work on some people, but some of them they really don't put in the effort. Like I had one recently. Try again for the mural scam, of course. It's like bigots, they only know one joke. But some of them, like, I don't know if it's an attempt to sound more familiar, but it's always the same basic script. And I like to mess with them. Like, literally, I had one where I said that I did not understand English, could they speak in Spanish? And then they repeated their script in Spanish. To which I replied, I don't understand Spanish, do you speak French? And they replied in Spanish that may God punish me for making them waste their time. Like, literally, may God punish you for making me waste my time, asshole. That's what they said. Pendejo is never funny. Is never nice, I should say, because it's always funny. And I was like, well, that was fast. Then I had one yesterday or the day before, I think. Tried a good old mural line with me. And I said, I didn't understand. I said in Spanish, I don't understand. Do you speak French? And they replied in Spanish. And I replied again in Spanish. No, this is Spanish. I asked if you spoke French. And then they replied again in French. And I'm like, oh, you're that type, are you? So I got out my Rygillian. I got the name right here in my Firefox. My Relayan translator. My Lovecraft Old Ones translator. And I wrote down, look, I know you're a scammer, but I didn't use the word scammer because I know the word scammer would pop up. It's not translated into the translator. And they replied again in French, I don't understand what you mean. So I replied in Spanish, I know you're a mural scammer. And then I blocked him. Gotta admit, was a little disappointed that I didn't piss them off. Because usually when you tell them you know they're a scammer, they rarely get pissed off. They just keep up the innocent act. That's why I was like thrilled when I pissed off the other one and they called me an asshole. I may be the asshole, but I'm not trying to scam people out of their money. I am trying to legitimate business you out of your money. That's what I'm doing. Also, if I'm not mistaken, at the time of this recording, there is still 48 hours left on the Barbarian Queen Charybdis reissue 1 with Halloween special. "48 hours. That's it. Now, of course, for our Canadian backers, it might take a while for you guys to get your goodies. Like, they will be shipped from the States, but they will likely be ported from USPS to Canada Post, and at the time of recording this live stream, We are currently in a strike, in a postal strike. There is nothing we can do. At least usually physical backers also get a digital copy of the book, so that should help you wait it out until we have mail again. I remember seeing a comment, once again, most likely on Twitter, possibly on Facebook, that if anything, the male people are only proving us that we don't need them. I'm like, you privileged piece of shit, you! Clearly you live in a city where you have all kinds of options that us rural people do not have, sadly enough. Like I said, we do have FedEx. It's costly. It's prohibitively. It's really expensive. Oh, when you know the word, but it won't come out of your mouth correctly. I draw myself in a lot of t-shirts, but like 98% of the time I'm wearing this. Only real way to convince me to wear clothes, really, is to imagine it through the power of comics. Gotta make my feet gray because I still got my booty slippers. We're Canadian, we wear slippers inside the house. That's another thing. Because people will complain about just about anything. I see a lot of posts. These ones on Facebook, of course, because that's where the boomers are. And that complain that other people won't let them walk in their house with shoes on, and then my socks get dirty. One, I would like to know why the other people don't have like sockettes or stuff like that, and why don't you carry a pair of ballerinas in your shoes, in your purse, in your bag? Because once again, it's usually women that complain. Secondly, do you guys not do laundry? Do you not have, like, way more socks? And then again, do you really have that many friends in your life with that attitude that dirty socks starts to be a problem to your social life? Like, just take your shoes off. People don't want you to have your shoes on, and then you start complaining, well, your house is filthy. Maybe not. Then again, those are probably the same people that will see somebody in a mask and start coughing in their direction. Because they cannot fathom having empathy for people that are not them directly. They cannot understand. I am realizing that I did not color the light bulb, and I am going to do that. We are almost done, but I need to color that light bulb. Like I'm an extremely disrespectful person to disrespectful people. But like, if I can avoid it, I am going to take my shoes off. Because I do not want to track mud, dirt, rocks, and stuff like that in somebody else's home. And they complain, are my shoes too dirty for you? Yes. And then they take it personally as if they like warped from their house to yours, implying that their house is filthy. I don't know how your house is, but you like walked from your house through the outside to your car, to the outside again. The outside part is the problem here, where all the rocks and dirt and mud are. Like, y'all touchy. I'm touchy, but holy jeez. Well, let's get the text back in, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some outlines on some of the captions. Yep. I didn't do it earlier because I literally couldn't see it was white. I'm gonna write had because somebody's gonna get on my ass for that. I'm French! What do you expect me to do? And save one last time and do a little looky. Thanks for a great show, Shiro. Your comic looks awesome. Thank you, Paul. Sometimes I feel like he has a bot just to say that one line. Well, I'm gonna log off. Boot the bot. Thank you, Shiro. Your comic looks awesome. And yeah, I know this is cut off in the middle. That's on purpose. Comedy! Man, you really don't want to connect, huh? Like, I gotta retry and retry and retry and retry. It will never connect on the first time since the update. But now it does. What was I trying to connect? My Streamlabs remote control. Why? Because we're at this point in the live stream where we give extra special caramel drizzle, rainbow sprinkle, chocolate syrup thanks to our supporters on our various platforms, Patreon, Ko-fi, etc. Amber B, Paul K, Miss Enovis, Suri Othered, Carl Bloke, Takashi Kanako, Bad at Multiplayers. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. As was asked in the beginning of the live stream, is there going to be a Nolo Colors challenge this month? Yes, it's going to be next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, which means keep an eye out for my Instagram, of course, so very unofficial, on Friday the 6th, so you can put in your requests, and may the Wheel of Morality turn in your favor. I will not be picking. The Wheel of Morality will be picking 4 of the requests from my Instagram stories. And of course, they will be doing that live on the stream, so you know that I'm not cheating, even though sometimes it's very tempting. So next live stream, as I said, is going to be on Saturday, December 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to check my Instagram stories on the 6th. And then the next Bootleg Cookie live stream, going to be on December 8th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time again. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I had a lot of fun drawing it, actually. And I'll see you guys next week, Saturday and Sunday. I love you all. And bye-bye.